Hey guys, thanks for joining me for today's video. Last time I said I'd be using different character and vehicle combinations, but to keep every race from becoming a complete blowout, I'll be sure to adjust my combo based on the number of players in the room, with higher tier vehicles being used with less players and lower tier vehicles being used for more players. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what your favorite combo is. And with that out of the way, let's jump right in. GBA Lakeside Park. There are actually a decent amount of people in this room here, so I figured we could get away with using the Quacker in this room. I love the acceleration on this bike, getting the item boxes stolen already. I really like the acceleration on this bike, but I believe it's one of the lightest vehicles in the game, so that's going to be something to look out for. It's not going to be too horrible because on Lakeside Park here, there's not too many not too many parts to fall off, so getting bumped is just going to result probably being pushed into off-road, but getting our first item here. And my goal here is just to take advantage of the acceleration stat, because it's very good for whenever you get hit by items. Instead of you having to do a spin drift in place in order to get back up to speed, you can you can just accelerate and probably pick up items that you missed. So that acceleration stat I really feel is going to come in a lot of handy on this track here, unless you get struck by lightning. But especially on a track like this, where the road is pretty wide, there's going to be a lot of opportunities with the shock and with power blocks as well, for you to be able to pick up items that are falling on the track. Because I've seen a lot on the ground, mostly shells. Not too many bananas so far, fibs. However, there's plenty of opportunities to take off-road shortcuts here. I don't know any crazy shortcuts yet. I'm going to be skipping this item box set just to take the shortcut here. It takes a little while to actually charge that mini turbo there. It took me a minute. I try to utilize more delayed drifting when turning. That's one thing I'm trying to incorporate more of. Delayed drifting. And I actually just learned that delayed drifting is actually a mechanic in Mario Kart 8. I did not know that before. I saw a short about it recently, so that was pretty interesting to see. Okay, so we're going to be taking advantage of this acceleration here, just still at full speed, spitting out, rarely slows us down here. We're able to pick up that mushroom pretty quickly. Let's see if we can't catch a draft boost from those other players. We're not going to be able to do that, because this thing is not all that fast. I'm going to be saving this blue shell here for a few seconds. Through here. So I believe there's an item box coming up. Oh, someone else took it. Another item box coming up here. It's a fake. Using the star to just cut through all this off-road. Just taking this corner as tightly as possible. Hopefully no colorful blocks get in the way. Cut through this last patch of grass. Just barely skinned my way through that grass there. And now I'm going to be using this golden to just skip past all the competition here. Did not know there was a ramp there that I could have definitely taken advantage of. But more shocks. I think that was, what was that, 3-4 shocks in this one race. Pretty insane. Let's see if I can catch up with this, get past this Yoshi here. Fortunately, there's a bullet bill in the way, so we're going to be taking 5th place, which was pretty good for the first race. Again, just taking advantage of the acceleration stat. It's actually a pretty good track for this vehicle. And a decent amount of people in the room, so more opportunities for better items is really what's going to carry me here. But overall, solid race. So what we've got here is a modded version of the cheap charger over the it's the kitty cart from Mario Kart Tour here. I almost butchered that start there. I thought this car looked pretty cool, pretty fitting for Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. I am a fan of the cheap charger. However, let's see here. However, I thought this car was pretty cool. I've had the cheap charger Mario Kart Wii for long enough, so so just changing it up a little bit. But I think this track is called Jungle Blade. I've played it once or twice before. It's a very, very nice track. I really do like. Oh man, it's the second time I've done that. I really like the courses that take advantage of verticality. I think Cryo Volcano also takes advantage of that as well. And seeing more and more of that, I think that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe actually could have benefited from that. I know that Shy Guy Falls took advantage of it a lot, but I feel like other courses as well can, in the future, should utilize it, especially with the zero gravity mechanics that were introduced. I don't know if that's going to be a mainstay in the series afterwards. I'm going to assume that it wasn't due to it not being in Mario Kart Tour. That could also be them not wanting to use all their resources for that. But anyways, getting into our second lap here, and this race is not going very well. In 10th place here into the second lap. Gonna try to take advantage of off-road shortcuts like usual, and since I'm in a cheap charger, I will not be able to wheelie at all or take advantage of straightaways, which there aren't a lot of here. And I don't know exactly where the cheap charger places on the tier list, but I do know that using it is significantly harder than using a cart. Oh, okay, you cannot take that as a shortcut. We have another baby Mario in a cart here. This is not going very well, and of course he gets the shock. Really should have looked at that ledge before trying to jump it off there. I've seen other people jump off that ledge there, but I guess they've all fallen out because I didn't see a way that I could, I didn't see a way for me to take a shortcut because that kind of out of bounds, so I just wondered if there actually is a shortcut there. We're getting into our third lap here. 10th place still. I definitely feel like riding a cart instead of a bike is really holding me back here, but there's a Funky Kong that we're catching up to here. We got the bullet. Go ahead and take advantage of this here. If it just gets us to this last drift section here, doesn't let us off on a bad turn. Alright, I can settle for 8th place if I can just play my cards right and just take this turn as tightly as possible. Hopefully no one else... Oh, we're just barely getting past this. Gonna use this golden shroom. Gonna be taking a 7th place. I was not expecting to even get anywhere close to 7th place with Baby Mario, but lo and behold, we've managed a 7th place. We still gained some VR there because of how much worse I am than first place there, but that could have gone a whole lot worse. Alright, moving right along here, we are at White Garden. This track is pretty nice so far. I think I've played it once or twice before, at least seen it. It reminds me a lot of Peach Gardens. I think that's pretty evident from the title. But here we've got the arcade cart over the Super Blooper. I've got a soft spot for the Mario Kart arcade games because they were always those elusive, oh my, wow, stuck in the corner there. There were these elusive Mario Kart titles that I never got to play as a kid. And it wasn't until recently that I went to a bowling alley not far from my house where there was a Mario Kart Arcade GP2 cabinet, and that was so shocking to find there, and I was so happy that I could finally have that piece of my childhood validated. Obviously, DX is in the Americas, but I never knew that the original Arcade GP2, I guess one might be somewhere in the US as well. I'm so glad to have finally played them. But yeah, I actually really do love the design for this kart, and we're going to be taking advantage of the speed and off-road stats here. And I'm doing pretty well so far, just staying with the pack, not getting absolutely left behind. But I'm just saving this bullet here for a time that I really need it. The Super Blooper, however, does not have very good handling stats, so these corners are going to be taking them all quite wide. And I'm glad I didn't wind up on a track with a lot of places room to fall off of, because that would just be absolutely destroying us. And there's a Rosalina behind us too, and I jumped over the boost panel. Just gonna start the drift way back here so we can just make this turn here, because we are not making these turns tightly unless we drift like a mile ahead of where the actual turn is. So start the drift way back here. And we still wind up taking it as wide as possible, still stuck behind the pillar there. This handling is just no good at all. I'm going to go back to this boost here. And somehow the bullet bill picked up the mushroom, so I can't even take advantage of that. Is this a turn up here? Yes, there is. Let's see if I can drift this way. Alright, going up top. I don't think that was a good idea to do on the final lap. And I think we're getting 9th place. I think there was another player behind us. Alright, so mine is 52 VR. That was a really bad race. Super Blooper, well, arcade cart, Just not gonna cut it on a track like this. Melting Magma Melee. What a track this is. I'm pretty confident with this one. I played this track a number of times. Probably one of my favorite difficult tracks that are in C2GP. It's actually, it looks hard to drive, but after about the first, second time, it's actually not as bad as it may look. The handling on this classic dragster is much better than the Super Blooper from before, or at least it feels much better. I feel like I can take these turns with much more confidence. I think the handling stat is actually like one of his stronger stats here. I think the acceleration is relatively high as well, so you can take advantage of that. And just able to take these turns to actually be able to sharpen our turns as we're making them is going to be critical in maintaining a good position. That last race, there were just many bends in turns the Super Blooper just could not make. Just sliding around that track like a hockey puck. And try to get out of the middle here before this bullet bill passes. So many people fell off there. Oh, wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I've just completely lost control of my vehicle and I'm slowly sinking into the lava. Aside from the several instances of an awkward camera, this track actually really isn't too bad. It's, I'd say it's pretty, honestly, well designed, save for a few sections that are just awkward. It's just the camera. It's a matter of the camera just being awkward and not shifting with the card itself. But I wouldn't say this is a bad track by any stretch of the word. It's actually really fun to drive on. I'm gonna be saving this bullet bill for a section up ahead that I know is gonna be hectic. And this section where you drift under the cliffside and then back onto the track. It looks like you fall off, but I don't know whether the collision is just generous. But I feel like I never really found myself falling off here. And there's a loop-de-loop here as well. Just drive down, and I really wish I could have used my bullet. I was just about to use it when I got to this portion here with the jumps going over these columns. And we're gonna be falling in the lava again here. I really wish I could have had my bullet at that time, but just gonna be waiting. That acceleration is insane. If you saw that from a standstill, I mean 0 to full speed in just a matter of a second and a half. Absolutely fantastic acceleration. I think the speed is relatively low on this vehicle as well. With all the boost panels on this track, it shouldn't be much of an issue. Just speeding through the icicle there. I think we're in one place ahead of this baby Mario here. Just gonna be saving this orange mini turbo right here and a boost. There's a banana there, very strategically placed. But try to boost off the map here. Oh my goodness, what an insane! Oh, that fireball hitbox is so generous. Well, so. I guess the opposite of generous. It's deceptively large, I guess. I think with all the red surrounding it, it might look smaller because all you can see is the yellow, but you can't see the yellow highlight the bright spot in the middle, but you can't actually see the corona, I guess, around the fireball itself. I think that Yoshi just touched that lava geyser. It's gonna be ooh! I shouldn't have used that. I wasn't confident that I could jump off the this bouncy shroom there because it looked like I didn't have enough speed. I try to stay away from the edge here. Just slip. Get by shock there. Don't want to slip off here. I think about using the star right after this jump here. And oh wow, he's fell off there. And so have I. Wow. Oh, man. At the very least, if I can get past this baby Mario, I think that's just what we're going to have to be dealing with here. Oh, man. 30 seconds. I didn't even have enough speed to roll over the finish line there. But, that's Melting Magma Melee. Really a much better track if you're going to be using bike switching wheelie on the straightaways. And also, just this classic dragster, I feel like I did pretty well, but just on my part, I feel like I could have utilized my items better. But overall, it could have gone, again, much worse. So we're going to be using the worst of the worst vehicles for this race here. The booster seat, also known as the baby booster. I know I've heard nothing good about this vehicle. I've never heard a single good thing said about this vehicle. All I've heard is about how miserable it is to drive. We're just gonna be getting a taste of how bad it is here today. And I actually don't really know what Toad's strong stats are, but what I do know is that this vehicle is not known for being very good. I've actually never seen this track here before. I didn't see the name. I might have to look that up later. But I think it was Fading Frozen Factory. No, I don't think that's what it was called. I might just have to look it up later, like I said. So far this race is actually going pretty well. I don't think I've gotten last place on any races, but I attribute that solely to the fact that I haven't been in last place whenever the 30 seconds have been up. And I'm not going to be trying to go full speed here because I see that those edges there are, those are not walls or off-road. That is just off the track into a pit. This is a 3-lap track as well. It's pretty lengthy. It's a minute 18. Got the shock dodge there. We're going to be moving up a few positions here, but I think that if I just, let's see. I don't really feel any decent stats here. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I could do to make this driving experience less miserable. Because I mean, I just lose so many positions, so much time on straightaways. I feel every player that I hear behind me, eventually they just catch up and overtake. Last thing I want to do is get hit by one of these electric prongs here. The last thing I need to do is be even slower than what I am. So this section here I'm going to be very sparing with my golden usage. Of course we got crushed. Yeah, I could barely even drive around that actually to be able to swerve. This vehicle can't swerve very well, and of course the shock. At least the acceleration does seem to be pretty decent. But this is the bad race that I was talking about. I mean, I'm just unable to do anything here. I really feel like I'm driving. I really do feel like I'm driving a baby carrot or something, because I mean this thing, I feel like the handling doesn't feel that great. My max speed, I think I'm using the gold and I'm going 115, which doesn't feel great. And these items aren't really helping out that much. Let's see if I can manage a bullet here, but if I just get a start, and I'm getting shocked again, losing my item. I feel like all my opportunities, I feel it's also just a bad race in general, because every opportunity I've had to have a good item, I've had it shocked out of me. So I'm going to see if I can, on my last item here, just get a bullet, spam the bullet, see if we can't get past anybody. So that was probably the worst race I've seen so far. Much worse than the last one by a long shot. So I'm going to see if I can't just move up and try some better vehicles here. Alright, GBA Boo Lake. And as you can see here, I'm driving a vehicle that I just drive over that Rosalina. So this vehicle is the off-roader. However, there's a mod for this to be replaced by Donkey Kong's special cart from Mario Kart Arcade GP2. I can't remember the name of that particular vehicle. However, it does look pretty cool, and I like the bananas in the back carriage there, as well as the barrel tires. They look a little bit strange, but I like the more unconventional cart design in that game. I believe that Luigi had like an L train. I think that's what it was called. He had a train vehicle. Peach had one that was actually pretty reminiscent of her DS cart. Oh, it's bulleted. She had one that was pretty reminiscent of her DS cart, and Yoshi had another. A lot of the carts there seem to be, the DS carts seem to be influenced or inspired by that one. I don't know which one came first, and I'm just getting absolutely rocked this race. It's a pretty interesting interpretation of Boo Lake. I don't really remember how that track was designed back in GBA. Oh, you know what? This is a mirror race. That's why I don't recognize it. Because usually I have a feel for what the turns look like, but I was like, this track looks just wrong or backwards, one of the two, and it was definitely that the track was inverted. So if it wasn't inverted, I'd probably be able to tell the difference. Somebody just launched into the stratosphere there. Or maybe that's a shell, I can't tell. Let's see if I can't just see this corner. Oh my goodness, that was whew! Oh wow, 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 wow. Okay. I went for the shortcut. I just went for it all there, and it actually advanced me a few places. Oh my goodness, all the bullets and all this other stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and utilize this Mega Mushroom here. Toxic, but what are you gonna do? I will say I am so tired of having my items shocked out of me in this game. Just being in a bad position already and then just not being able to use the items that you were trying to gets annoying very, very fast. And with the amount of items that can cause it to happen as well. Oh, shock dodge. With the amount of items that can cause that to happen in this game, it just makes it even more frustrating. And I don't think that Funky Kong should have any sort of defense. Yeah, Yoshi behind me, Yoshi ahead of me, was in a Mega, so nothing was going to affect them. But yeah, off-roader modded with the GP cart there. Oh, got run over. Overall, I think that cart design is actually pretty cool. Very, very Donkey Kong inspired. Reminding me of, I think it was Jungle Beat. I think there's some like Diddy Kong inspiration on the exhaust pipes there. I did really like that, but yeah, that race went pretty well. The vehicle was a lot better. I feel like I just raced a whole lot better, so yeah, GG's. Ruinated Peach's Castle. We've got Wario on the Wario bike here. Oh, there it is at the bottom. That's a nice feature. I hope to see that implemented on some future tracks. I know that Retro Rewind has a feature that has the tracks, all of the tracks available. There's the creator and track name is at the bottom there, so hopefully won't be having to remember all the track names as they come up, because sometimes the roulette just flips through all the tracks so quickly, and I just look away for 1 second. Oh, I'm on this track now. So, I don't know what the strong stats for the Wario bike is, but I do know it is an out-drifting heavy bike. It actually feels pretty good. I definitely attribute that to it being a heavyweight on a bike. I'm not getting bullied nearly as much as I was previously. The off-road was pretty heavy as well. I don't think this is a top-tier vehicle by any stretch of the words. However, it does feel really satisfying to drive. So. That's what we can surmise from this. Not going to be getting hit by this red shell here. In fact, we're going to be getting past this dry Bowser here. Using up this fake item box. So we can't drop on this Funky Kong. I get afraid to wheelie sometimes behind other players because the lag sometimes causes them to slow down, and then you get wheelie bumped by someone who might not have even been driving slowly on their end. But as far as this track is concerned, I played it one other time in a previous recording that didn't go too well. I had to delete it, unfortunately. I was having some recording issues before, but the Elgato. But as far as this being a Ruinated Peach's Castle, it very much looks like, oh no, they're stuck in the corner there. Is there a mushroom back? Where did a mushroom go? Acceleration is actually pretty good too. This track reminds me a lot of what would, I think that if I think this track looks more like a low rule to Peach's Castle's high rule, if that makes sense. So basically, in a lot of Zelda, in A Link Between Worlds actually, there was low rule, or just an alternate version of the castle of Hyrule that was featured in that game. A lot of Zelda games do that actually, and this reminds me of what that would be like if this were Peach's Castle. Maybe in some timeline where it got destroyed. Maybe I know that concept was explored in Partners in Time for the DS. But this track doesn't really scream ruinated to me, as a lot of the castle's still intact. Wow, got the shock dodge at the tail end of the Starman there. Landed on a red shell. I saw it coming, but I thought I could probably jump over it. This track doesn't really scream ruinated. I like the color palette though. The cool blues are really nice. It doesn't really scream ruinated as much as it just seems like a blue instead of, I wouldn't say it's ruined. It's just blue. But it is a solid track overall. I do like how you drive through the castle's interior, but I don't know. There's not really too much of Peach's castle. I guess paraphernalia. I don't know if that's the right word to use there. Nothing, you know, that screams like Mario 64 or anything like that. That screams that this is actually Peach's castle. So that's why I say just look at an alternate version of it, like being from a different timeline or dimension or what have you. Moving right along here to GBA Bowser's Castle 4. Actually, this track was pretty memorable in the original Super Circuit on Game Boy. Because it was a longer take on a Bowser's Castle track, and it actually felt like a Bowser's Castle. But something about the structure just felt like there was more depth and more effort put into more so than all the rest. I definitely think Bowser's Castle 3 was a solid choice, but I also attribute that to it getting the remake treatment in Mario Kart Wii. But I think so yeah, all three. I think yeah, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, and 3 have all been remade. Because 1 was put into Mario Kart 7, although I really feel like this one here should have been put into 7 instead, because I think it's just a solid overall design. It's a bit of a marathon, but you just go, there's just so much to this track that just combines all the different elements from the other Bowser's Castles, as well as having Mecha Koopas only appear on this track. And no other track in the entire game, actually. I think Super Circuit had a lot of small obstacles like that appeared. I think there was the mice on Cheeseland, the Mecha Koopas on this track, and you could barely tell, but there were crabs on Shy Guy Beaches in that game. But they were so small, you could barely see them. I think there were some like other small birds that you could see on tracks like, I think it was Shy Guy Lagoon. I can't remember the name of the track. Not Shy Guy. There's Shy Guy Beach in this game, but there's Sunset Lake, or I forgot what it was called. It was another beach track. But it used the same level, the music theme. It was from Shy Guy. It was from Shy Guy Beach. But you can already tell we are using the standard cart, but not just any standard cart. This is actually my favorite standard cart from any mainline Mario Kart game, the 7 cart, and I really, really do adore this design. I actually, before this design, my favorite standard cart was the one from DS, because it seemed like a combination of the Double Dash and 64 designs, with the exhaust pipes resembling the exhaust pipes resembled the 64 cart, and the front hood was the new version seen in on the Toad cart, as well as Mario's main cart, the Red Fire, to a lesser extent. But in Mario Kart 7, they just took that design and just added every single design element from it and just took it and just improved it. I think that the front bumpers having a bluish tint to them is a really nice touch. I love the rear bumper as well. I like the way that it just curves up and gives that classic kart feeling, but not without being. It has more contrast than the original DS kart, with it being a different color, and so it seems a little less toy-like in that regard. And then I love the front hood has the character's emblem on it, but just the front of the car just seems much more. It looks. I feel like the design was just able to be much better realized in game than the original DS kart, as well as having the primary and secondary colors of the character driving it being expressed on it, with the hood having their primary color and underneath having their secondary color. So Luigi has green and a darker blue, and then two bombs exploding 2 people all at once. What in the world? But yeah, having those 2 colors there just really adds a lot to the whole design. I think that track was backwards as well. I just noticed because Luigi's cap is backwards. But overall, really love this. Just getting back on topic, I love this track and I love this kart here, and that was a really good race on top of everything else. So honestly, I'm pretty happy with how all that turned out. Didn't see the name of this track, unfortunately. But oh, I really like the colors here. I like that they took off. So some of the custom tracks actually take off the that filter that Mario Kart Wii has that makes adds way too much bloom and makes the game look a little washed out. So I like that some courses actually do make the effort to remove that for some of their courses. It makes the colors on this track pop a lot more. Whoa! 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 Don't flip me over the. Okay, at least cut. Okay, it is such a good thing that I had triple mushrooms there because I was just in no man's land of off-road. And you were playing as Koopa Troopa on the bullet bike. I actually have no idea. Oh no, I have no idea what my stat spread is currently. But this track here has a lot of different options. Whoa! Just options on options, and I'm just flying around this track here. I have no idea where I'm going. I should just spin drift. Let's snipe this Funky Kong here. But just options on options that I just saw. I just went on the upper route there, and I winded up on a gated path up there, which is pretty interesting. Something about this track reminds me of the beta track Town. I think it's just called Town from Mario Kart 64. And I think I saw this track in Mario Kart DS, that meme game. I guess it was like, it might have been a meme, but it actually turned out to have some pretty good tracks in it. I don't know. I think that's just like, that might be an example of whenever you, like, you know, it's like a pure example of enjoying what you're doing. Mario Kart DS is, because I think it might have started out just as a meme, and then they were like, it's actually turning out pretty good. This is a good track distribution there. If I learn how to capture DS footage, I might give that game a try, because I actually do like Mario Kart DS a fair bit. Oof, narrowly dodged the red shell there. But see if we can't get ahead of this baby Mario here. We're in third place, and I will absolutely take a third place. I think that he took that. Oh, I didn't go straight, so I wasn't able. So I wasn't able to pass baby Mario. If I would have paid attention to the middle map, the mini map there, I would have been able to take that third place. But I didn't see that until the last second. I think we're just going to be ending it off here. Yes, I know I said the last one was going to be the last race, but I just love this track so much. And I tried to cancel, but I was too busy talking that it just advanced me automatically. But I absolutely do love Mushroom City from Double Dash. Probably my favorite interpretation of a city track in the entire series, and I don't think it's been topped by anything so far. I like Moonview Highway as a track in and of itself, it's fine. But as far as being a city track is concerned, I definitely think that Mushroom City beats it out just by a little bit. I think that the actual feeling of driving in a city, it captures that feeling very, very well. And as far as Immersion is concerned, it captures that feeling better too. But what we're going to do here is just take advantage of Koopa Troopa's and the bullet bikes just having inside drift, and I think the stat spread is actually not bad. Because I feel like my speed is pretty good, and my drift stat is actually through the roof. It feels like. Jeez, there's a little shortcut through here. I don't think this is off-road here. I don't know what the material is in Double Dash, but it feels like you drive a little slower when you drive in that pink section there. I know that the off-road up ahead for that final stretch is off-road, and how many shocks are there going to be this race? This is getting ridiculous, because I can't hold on to any items for any amount of time before I get shocked out of me. I'm not going to be missing that last set there, because this section here is so linear, and you're just stuck on a straightaway, that you will get destroyed if you... Oh, I didn't even notice another item set there. Okay, stop for no reason. Maybe avoiding the center of the track there. Bullet Bill, don't want to meet another Bullet Bill. 3 shells acting as a barricade for me to be able to get any further ahead, but they just all expired. I've hit that red shell with my own red shell. Not great item uses, and I think someone took that item box there. I think there should be another item box coming up soon. How did that happen? I just hopped off a corner and it... Oh man, what was that? Hopefully that Funky Kong didn't dodge. And we were going to be in first place for just a split second. And we're not able to take the shortcut that the Yoshi took. So I'm just going to be here, crawling over this final bend here. Third place again. Man, I just haven't been able to get anything above third place. But, alright. For real this time, we are done. We ended on a good note, on a great track. So, I'm going to be going out into the outro here. And, I'll see you there. Well, that was quite an emotional roller coaster. If you've made it to this point in the video, that means I'm apparently doing something right, which is really assuring. It's pretty difficult to commentate on the madness that is CTGP Online, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, as well as adjusting to the general Mario Kart Wii jank. But with that all being said, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.